and I'm definitely not putting that on. I'm Susan McMahon, and I'm the General Manager for TEDxSydney, which is one of the largest in the world, actually, out of about 800. So I've been with TEDxSydney now for, what year is it? It's 2021, so 6 years. I think they had just started working at Work Club right before I joined TEDxSydney. So my first meeting with the leadership team at TEDxSydney was at the Elizabeth Street Work Club. I walked in and I was like, whoa, this is very fancy. You know, it was very nice. My background is in management consulting. So I started working with Ernst & Young many, many years ago, and then started doing my own, and worked for some smaller consulting firms, and then started doing my own consulting, contracting. I worked out in industrial locations at factories and been in a tiny little office that has the production crew right off of the factory floor. Or I've been in what we would call a war room as a consulting firm, where they would have one office with no windows and there's one desk and there's 6 people sitting around it. Did hot desking essentially hot desking or moving around locations my entire working life. Lately, I have started ocean swimming with some friends, so I'm trying to get a little bit more fit and conquer my fear of the waves. I've met lots of different people here at Work Club, doing all sorts of different things, which is fascinating. You know, you get to sit right next to somebody, and usually it's oh, hi, who are you and what do you do? And sometimes you don't, but when you do talk to them, it's always interesting. And it always gives me a different way of looking at something, a different way of looking. Even if I talk about what I'm working on at the time, inevitably, they will have some perspective or way of thinking about it that I haven't thought of. I also like the aesthetic of Work Club. It's a beautiful place to work, and you know, it is not a typical laminate office space that's a bit boring, really. The textures and the materials that Soren and the team use in all of their spaces is quite beautiful. I would definitely recommend people consider becoming a member of Work Club, because it is such a beautiful space to work in, and the people that run it are beautiful. And the diversity of members is, you don't know where any of that could lead.